Equations. Okay, let's define the word equation. Okay, this is a mathematical sentence that contains an equal sign between two expressions. Okay, so for example, 4x equals 9 would be an equation. Okay, 4x is an expression and 9 is another expression. Okay. Solution to an equation is a number that makes the equation true. And the process of getting a solution is called solving the equation. And that's the process used to find a solution. Start off, we're going to solve equations mentally. So we're going to think through how to solve them. Solve mentally. Okay. So let's solve a couple problems mentally. So the first one, back down. First one we're going to solve mentally is 14 plus t equals 18. Okay, so we want to know what value for t makes this statement true? What can we put in for t that makes 14 plus t equal 18? Okay. Well, I know that if you add 4 to 14, you get 18. So t must be 4. And that is how we find the solution mentally. Down at the bottom here, we can also do these two. We'll come back up to the graphing one. Solve each equation mentally. Y minus 18 equals 20. So what number minus 18 gives you 20? 2 seems logical because it's the difference between 18 and 20. But if you take 2 minus 18, you actually get negative 16, so that doesn't work. So it must be bigger than 20. So bigger than 20, subtract 18 from it, you get 20. 38. 38 minus 20, or 38 minus 18 gives us 20. Okay. B, what number divided by 4 gives us 7? What number divided by 4 gives us 7? Well, it's kind of the opposite of 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 divided by 4 gives us 7. So W must be 28. Okay? Let's see how we graph one. We'll find the solution and then we'll graph it. Okay, so find the solution to x plus 5 equals 11. So what number plus 5 gives us 11? Okay, pretty easy one. 6. X must equal 6. Now let's graph that. Well, I've got an empty number line here, so I need to number it. Well, I've got all kinds of stuff on here. I'm just going to go ahead. This is a pretty simple one. We'll put 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 6 is our number, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the dot on 6. And that is how we graph on a number line for that. Let's look at one story type problem. Okay. It says Jason scored 14 more points than David in the last basketball game. If David scored 9 points, how many points did Jason score? Now most of you can probably figure this out pretty quickly in your head. Let's just define a variable. Okay, that means make a variable for something we don't know. Well, we don't know how many points Jason scored. So let's say that J is the number of points Jason scored. Okay, so let's take that and the information in the sentences to figure out an expression or an equation to solve for J, or to find J. Okay, Jason scored 14 more points than David in the last basketball game. If David scored 9 points, how many points did Jason score? Well, David's points plus Jason's plus 14 gives you Jason's, right? So David's was 9 plus Jason's 14 more than David's, so plus the 14 gives you Jason's. And now we have an expression or an equation for Jason's scoring total. And now we can easily simplify this. 9 and 14 is 23. So Jason must have scored 23 points. Or 23 points with the correct label.